Hi beaders, today we're going to learn how to finish off a bracelet the correct way. So what we're going to do for stringing material is I've used the C-Flex 49 strand beading wire, the 0.015 diameter. It comes in a spool of 30 feet. It's got this nice little plastic clip on the end so that way you can pull off just enough wire. Circle it back around. You can snap the clip back on so that way your wire doesn't unravel off your spool. So today what I've done for my bracelet is I've taken a bunch of little odds and ends that I had in my bead stash. Pearls, crystals, gemstones, all the onesies, last ofs, orphan beads, and I'm sure you have them. Don't tell me you don't. So I took a whole bunch of those and I put some spacers in between. So never underestimate the great design aspect of spacers. Little bead caps, metal spacers, rondelles, round beads. Pop a couple of those in between your glass beads, makes your bracelet look like $1,000,000. So what we're going to do on the end is we are going to string. I always like to finish off with a little round bead. So I've taken just a little size 8 round seed bead just to kind of pop it on the end of the bracelet. We sell these in tubes. You can use them for stitching, pop them on the ends of earrings, bracelets. So I'm going to pop one of those on the end just to make it look a little bit nicer. And I'm going to follow that by a crimp bead. So crimp beads are essential. So what you put as for a crimp bead is going to make or break your bracelet. So you don't want to use these little base metal round crimp beads. They're trash. Throw them away. They're no good. So what you want to do is you want to use crimp beads or tubes, cylinders. So we sell them in packages of 100 for $2.99. They come in silver, they come in gold, they also come in an assortment, gold, silver, copper, gunmetal, so that way you always have the color you need at your disposal. So those are great, but use a cylinder instead of a round crimp. So what we're going to do is pop that crimp bead on the end, and that's going to be followed by a wire protector. Looks like a little horseshoe. So you're going to take the wire up one side, find the channel, pop the wire through. It's open up on the top, so pull enough wire through so that you can grab it with your fingers. I usually like to flip that wire protector over so that you can easily thread the other side of the wire down the other channel. So I'm going to just kind of line that up, slide it through there. The wire kind of hides right on top of that wire protector, right in the channel. So it looks nice and pretty. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put the clasp on. So I'm going to take one end of a snap closure. Some people call them a ball and socket, trailer hitch, but they just kind of snap together like that. So I'm going to slide one end of that wire protector up the wire. I'm going to pull it down so it sits inside the wire protector. Nice and pretty looking. So then I'm going to take the end of the wire. I'm going to shoot it back down the crimp, plus a few beads on the bracelet. Do that right away. Don't wait until the bracelet's done before you pop it down through a few beads. So I'm going to slide a few beads down. I'm going to hang on to the clasp, locate the end of the wire, and pull it nice and snug. So there'll still be a little bit of wire exposed between the crimp and the wire protector. So I'm going to take just a little chain nose pliers and just pinch that closed. Wire protectors are a very soft metal, so don't squeeze it too hard. So that way it looks all like one unit, super pretty. So then to finish it, I'm going to use a crimping pliers. So a crimping plier has two little notches in the nose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the crimp bead so it's curved towards my body right here. I'm going to put that cylinder crimp right in that second or that middle notch, and I'm going to give it a good firm squeeze. You don't want to kill it, just a firm squeeze will do. Lift up, you'll see a little indentation right there. So then what you're going to do is you're going to turn the crimp, little quarter turn, and you're going to put it through the rounding portion of the crimp pliers, and again give it a good firm squeeze. So that little seam will close right up, and now your crimp bead looks like a little cylinder crimp that's been closed into a circle. If you're not sure if the crimp bead is secure, sometimes a little trick that you can do is take a chain nose pliers, give a little squeeze right on that seam, just to make sure that it's snug. And you always want to give it a good firm pull, snug, so that if it's going to fall apart, it's going to fall apart on your bead mat and not outside while you're shopping or with friends. So now that that's secure, I'm going to slide all the beads down. You want to be sure that that tail either gets cut off or tucked inside one of your beads. So we're just going to trim that off with the cutters. Slide the beads all the way down. And then I'm going to leave myself about 3 inches on the other side, just to put the other end of the clasp on. So I'm going to flip it around. And again, I'm going to finish it off with that nice little round seed bead, so it looks nice and pretty. I'm going to take another crimp bead, cylinder, it's ultra important, slide that down. Another wire protector, so go up one side, flip it, go down the other. Give yourself, ultra important, give yourself more wire than necessary. It just, you got something more to hang on to. So I'm going to take the other end of the clasp, slide it onto that short end of wire, slip it right into the pocket of that wire protector. Take the end of your wire and again, fish it back down the crimp, that round seed bead, a bead or two on your bracelet, doesn't need to go all the way down. So I'm going to just kind of tug it through and always fish this down before you finish, so much easier to do. So again, take your chain nose pliers, give the wire protector a little squeeze so it brings the two ends together. Beautiful, looks super pretty. So again, using your crimping pliers, pop it in that second notch, squeeze, rotate the crimp a quarter turn, give it another squeeze, kind of folds the crimp in half. Looks super pretty. Again, if you need to, take that chain nose pliers, give it a little squeeze, tug, make sure it's nice and secure. Using the blade of your cutters, get in there nice and tight, put a little tension in there so you get it cut super close. And done, voila. Perfect bracelet. So if you have any questions, you can email me. Otherwise, shop online for all the wire protectors, crimp tubes, snap clasps, flexible beading wire at shopmidwestbeads.com. Enjoy, ladies. Bye-bye.